For everybody that doesn't know you, please tell them your name and how you came up with it.
For those that don't know, I'm Payne. I came up with the name. It took me a while. I went through a couple different names until I found the one that I liked, the one that suited me best. I chose the name Payne. Well, the reason how I got the name was one day I was driving in a car trying to think of a name because I didn't like the one I was using at the time. And Tupac is one of my big inspirations. I was listening to his song "Tired of the Strain and the Pain," and kept going over and over, "Tired of the Strain and the Pain." I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking for something that's relatable, something that people will remember, something that's easy to remember, something I can see in lights. And for some reason, I just felt like Pain was the name for me. So everybody feels pain. Black, white, rich, poor, no matter who you are, everybody feels pain. And this emotion, I feel like a lot of hip hop's music is derived from pain. So I thought it fit me well. And that's pretty much how I got the name Pain. I went through a couple different variations. I was Don P. I was the P the Prophet. Always the P, the letter P, because my real name's Paul. I figured I needed something with a P, and that fit really well.
All right. What made you decide to become a rapper, and how old were you?
Well, what made me decide to become a rapper was I love hip hop music. Ever since I was a little kid, I listened to hip hop music. I've been a fan of it. I originally got into it because I played ball. I was a ball player, and like hip hop and basketball to me go hand in hand. So I used to bump my music while I played ball, and that's what I did outside of my house and my parking lot there. I shot hoops and I bumped whatever was hot at the time, and I just fell in love with it ever since I was a little kid. And what was the second part of the question?
How old were you?
Oh, when I first started taking hip hop serious, like I said, I listened to it ever since I was little. But when I first started taking rap serious, as far as me being an artist, writing music and stuff, I always wrote music, but I probably didn't take it too serious until I was probably about 16 years old, where I started like writing music and recording tracks. I think that's really the biggest step you could take as an artist, is when you start getting your stuff on wax or CD, or tape at the time, whatever. So that's probably about 16 years old, 15, 16.
Now, was there anybody that took you under their wing or maybe guided you locally?
Well, when I first started, I was making CDs. I wanted to make CDs, like mixtapes, like all the new hot stuff, and then slip my stuff in there in hopes that people would just listen to the whole CD, put me in there right between 50 and Jay-Z, and I would I'd get my play. Rob, the man who owned the New York Music Connection in my town at the time, Danbury City, and he actually told me, put your CD together, bring it to me, and I'll put it in my store and help you, tell you what you did right, tell you what you did wrong, and help you progress. Big Mike, DJ Big Mike, who's also from Danbury, Connecticut, same city I'm from. Actually, he had a big hand in it too, because he always told me to, keep doing it, don't give up, keep getting better and better and better. First time I ever bought a bunch of records was from Big Mike. I pretty much bought like a car full of records for $50 from Big Mike. He was just getting rid of them. He didn't need them. They were all doubles or whatever. And he hooked me up with them. And ever since then, I've been good friends with Big Mike. A lot of people talk down Big Mike and hate on him, but Mike's always been good to me. We've always had great business relationship. When I was a kid, he used to get me in the club. All I had to do was carry the crates in to the bar so I could get in the party and have a good time and stuff. And Mike's always been good to me. So, I can't say nothing but good things about him. So, he's one of the people that also helped me along the way.
Now, what famous rappers inspire you?
Well, like I said, the four fathers, Big Pac, Jay, Nas, those are the four people I think in my generation have been the most inspirational. But I went back and did my homework. The Rakims, KRS-One did a tremendous amount of influencing in my life. The Lox were a big influence on me young. What else? There's so many people, it's hard to pinpoint, who exactly did. Like I said, Jay, Nas, Pac, Big were like the four of the hottest rappers coming up. I was a big fan of the Lost Boys when I was younger too. Everybody knows the Lost Boys. Rest in peace, Freaky Child.
And obviously Tupac. That's how you got your name.
Yeah. I was. It was almost like he was telling me to use that name, because I felt like I just had this kinship with him. A lot of people get mad or feel some kind of way about Pac because he said he was real pro-black for a white dude. How could you be into him? But I never looked at it that way. I always looked at it like he was proud of who he was, so you should be proud of who you are no matter what. So.
What was the hardest part getting over being a white rapper in the game?
Well,
I'm sure you get that a lot.
At this point, it's pretty much a non-issue. Earlier in my career when I first started, it was different. It was kind of a cliche to be a white rapper and be in the game doing it like this. I remember stepping into ciphers and it's almost like the record stopped when the white boy stepped up and everybody was like, "What's the white boy gonna say? What's he gonna do?" But now it's pretty much if you can spit, it doesn't matter what color you are. People appreciate it and respect it.
How do you differentiate yourself from other rappers?
As far as that question goes, I never really try to compare myself to anybody or live up to anybody else's expectations but my own. I always look at it like this. I'm the best Pain there'll ever be. I'm the best at being myself and representing what I represent and doing the kind of music I like to do. I found myself, only competing with myself. I'm inspired by other people, but I never try to compare myself. I just try to pave my own lane and make myself the best I can be and represent what I am and be truthful to myself. And like I always said, rappers only have our words and truths, so I hope they coincide and set examples for the youth. Meaning, I only have what I am and I can only speak what I know, and that's the essence of hip hop music. So, there's no comparisons to anybody else because I'm only being myself, and my only comparison is to my previous work.
What is your favorite song you ever made?
Alright, that one's easy. My favorite song I've ever made prior to my current project that's coming out is a song called Flames. The reason Flames is my favorite is because it was the first song I made that garnered major attention locally. I got it played on the radio, everybody talked about it, it was something I was asked about. It was original beat, it was something real special at the time I felt, and I still feel it's one of my favorites. Every time I hear it, it's it gives me chills. I mean, it's like the beginning of it is a sample from one of my favorite songs, I'll Be Around, and it's just something that I think is real special. It always will be special to me, and I know that that's the first song that really got me noticed.
What do you say to people that say hip hop is dead?
Oh man, that's something that pisses me off more than anything. At the end of one of my new songs, Exhibit P, off the Champion mixtape, I specifically say, for all the MCs that have passed, hip hop's not dead. I keep hearing them say hip hop's dead, but at the same time, hip hop will never die. You know what I mean? It's just something that's it's bigger than me, it's bigger than them, it's bigger than you, it's bigger than everything. It's like an art form. That's like saying painting pictures is gonna die. It's never gonna die. It might not be as popular for some periods of time. It might go through changes, just like everything else goes through changes. But hip hop will never die. The art form. It's funny. I always say, I wonder what would happen if they took all the money out of hip hop, like all the money out of the music industry. I like to see who would still do it, because the hungry artists are the guys that right now are out there writing records and doing shows and making CDs and putting all their money into it and not getting any money out of it. All they're getting out of it is satisfaction, having themselves be a part of this. I'd really like to see who sticks around, because it's not just a money-making thing. It's not just all about money. It's sad that it's come to that. And that's because the wrong people are in charge of these record companies, or just have the wrong idea of what hip hop's all about. It's the essence, you know what I mean? And I'm an MC. I'm not just a rapper. I always pride myself on being an MC. I paint pictures. I write life stories. I write what I've been through and what people around me been through. I hate when people say that. Hip hop is not dead. Hip hop will never die. As long as I'm breathing, as long as the next little kid that picks up a microphone at 12 years old and starts rapping does it, it'll always live. It'll live on forever. For all the people out there that are doing it, it'll be here. You know what I mean? Just might go through changes, just like everything else. And right now we're going through some changes, but I think we're, I see the light at the end of the tunnel here. I think it's it's gonna get a lot better. I'll do my part to try and make it better. And I do that with the radio show, Street Foods Radio, every Sunday from 3 to 6 on 91.7 WXCI Danbury. You can listen on live at WXCI.org, but I do my part to try and make hip hop better. You know, get those people that don't get a lot of airplay or are on the mixtape circuit still, get them some airplay. So, you know, everybody's always welcome to come through. Send me their tracks at streetexclusives.hotmail. How do I feel when I'm in a booth? Oh my God, I feel alive. You know, next to, you know, getting married and having my children, and doing my music is like, makes me feel alive, makes me feel good. Like, you know, especially working with the producer I work with now, Butters One, aka Ron Better, DPI. He really makes the experience nice for me because it's a really collaborative effort. He goes the extra mile to make my music, you know, sound how I want it to sound. It helps me, you know, to get things the way I want them to be. And I'm pretty well seasoned at the recording thing, so he doesn't have to coach me as much as he does other people. But you know, I'm not perfect, so he does coach me in situations when he feels like I need to do this, or this would sound better than that. Compared to where, you know, I've had other producers before who kind of like, you know, kind of made it a difficult situation because they wanted me to be something I wasn't necessarily trying to be. So, you know, it's nice to have somebody that's on my side. You know, DPI is definitely, you know, family. So, you know, shouts out to Ron Vetter, DPI, and Pip D.